All right. I like that little countdown, man. It was nice, clear, and concise and quick. You know what I mean? Clear, concise, and quick calculator. That
Greet.
countdown,
Hey,
man.
hey, greetings and salutations, Mr. 41. I like it as well, but I always got to start off with the greetings and salutations. That gets people fired up for the show and more often gets me fired up to talk at this week wide receivers.
Absolutely, man. Man, it's August the 4th. This is the 401 Sports World Network, the 401 Sports World Fantasy Football Show. And hey, it can't be a show without me and you on there, right?
That's right. Oh, I already have the Hall of Fame preseason game in the books. Lance putting on a show for the people, the well traveled Trey Lance, I should say. But yeah, it was it's getting closer and closer, Mr. 41. With every show, I just get that much more excited.
Exactly, man. And today's show is going to be about wide receivers, man. Last week we ranked the running backs. So if
Mm-hmm.
you missed that, make sure you go to YouTube, go to 411 Sports World Network, type that in, 411 Sports World Network on YouTube. You can watch that show because
Yep.
there's some valuable information on there. It's going to be more valuable information today with wide receivers because, man, it's going to be some interesting talk discussions there, discussion points. And we're going to talk about a receiver in particular. So I want you guys to buckle up and be ready for that because we got a receiver that's not on our list on the screen right here that we're going to talk about. And it could make or break your season. So we're going to
But
talk about
yeah,
that in just a few minutes.
great foreshadowing, Mister 41, because this is a mid-round receiver that, in my opinion, is going ahead of guys that I think are have a significantly better outlook based on their surrounding environment to this one. But again, we'll talk of that when that time comes.
Exactly, calculator. All right, well, look, we're just gonna jump right into it, bro. So, wide receivers today. Let's get this list going, calculator.
Yeah, and as always, me and Mister 41 always likes to come up with our top 10. We put it together, agree, disagree, but we always have reasons why they make the list. Yes, Jamar Chase, Mister 41. I can't really argue with you because everybody in the industry, all the experts, every mock draft I've seen, not only is Jamar Chase number one on wide receiver rankings, Jamar Chase is going number one in almost every draft I've seen. And I'm talking not just even regular drafts, best ball drafts. I mean, Jamar Chase, because he's that guy that could get a 50 burger on any given day, right? So a
Hmm.
lot of people love that upside. Now, me, I'm a mutual fund guy. I don't like the individual stocks. I like guy that has good floor, and can every now and then hit the big game. But that's why, and some people say, CeeDee Lamb. I mean, it was a rough year for CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys as a whole last year because when you look at it, he was, Dak got hurt. CeeDee Lamb was catching things from Cooper Rush. All right, that's all you need to know, and he was still being somewhat productive, folks. It was just last year. CeeDee Lamb, folks, he was the consensus number one overall player in all of fantasy last year. So I don't just not only do I think what has changed from last year. Well, besides Jamar Chase finally having a healthy season, yeah, that Chase, Justin Jefferson. I mean, hey, he's number three on my list. He's number two on 411's list, folks. He just tweaked his hamstring in the preseason. So anytime I hear hamstring, it could be smoke. Just trust the guy. But that's why he's down on my list. But yeah, CeeDee Lamb is my number one guy. I like Dak coming in. I like a new coaching regime coming in that they see what he can do. And folks, I like George Pickens being added to the Cowboys. That's going to take, folks. When CeeDee Lamb was getting double covered, he was still the first read on 80% of all pass routes. I really don't think that's going to change. And I think the Pickens is going to, commit a little bit more attention than the Brandon Cooks, the Turbans in the league. So I think, and Jake Ferguson being healthy, I think that's going to help. A lot of people say, hey, those are targets taken. I don't think so. I think that's actually going to help CeeDee Lamb, and I think, hey, when you have a team with the running backs of Javonte Williams, of rookie Golden, the guy out of Texas. We basically a bunch of nobodies coming in to the Dallas. What are you going? You're going to throw the ball. You're going to go what your strength is. Yes, the offensive line has a higher run blocking grade than pass blocking grade, but still they're going to want to be able to. I think they're going to have to throw the ball, and their defense isn't what it was. Well, ever since that defensive coordinator went out to coach the Commanders, they took a step back. So I think there's going to be a lot of shootout potential as well. And when you get shootout potentials, Dak's going to throw, and he's going to throw often, and he's going to go to his main guy. So that's all those factors is why CeeDee Lamb has jumped up to number one on my rankings. So you can say calculated. What does that mean? Well, that means in a lot of my drafts, if you're drafting with me, I see Larry Stone Cold. He said he's watching. Yes. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson will not be a lot on Calculator's team because I'm picking CeeDee Lamb ahead of them. So just like I was talking about Christian McCaffrey, how Saquon Barkley's not going to be on a lot of my teams. Yes, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. Because if I get the number one pick, folks, if I get the number one pick, I'm going Bijan Robinson. I said that last week. You can fact check.
You did say that last week.
So if I get a top two pick and Bijan's gone with the first pick, I'm taking CeeDee Lamb. So those are my top two guys. Going if I get a high leverage pick, if I get a mid round pick, I'm hoping for the mid round pick because I'd like to get that CeeDee Lamb, and then I like to hit my hero running back. Back on the way around. So that's why I'm kind of hoping for this year. A lot of people saying it's good to have last round pick, the later picks, because as you can see, you can probably double up with a Malik Nabers and a Lad McConkey, AJ Brown type deal with your second pick if you want to go receiver. But I'm a mid round guy because I want the Christian McCaffrey, I want the CeeDee Lamb on my roster, and then I'll decide, hey. Then I'll see what the rest of the draft after me does to dictate if I'll go for another running back with my second pick or, stick in the wide receiver room. Like if you can grab two top 10 receivers, I think that's the way to go because I really like, as we talked to the running back show last week, there's a lot of mid-tier running backs that I could feel comfortable with if I have top 10 receivers on my draft. So, but Mr. 4-1, I'm going to ask you a question because I'm looking at your list. I really can't. Well, I'm not. You're more of a fan of Drake London than I am. This could be a little bias from me. I had Drake London in quite a few leagues last year, and don't get me wrong, he wasn't bad. But Darnell Mooney and Ray J. McLeod took a lot of more targets than I thought they would. A lot of them I thought Pitts would take over, but it was kind of convoluted. So there's a lot more questions and answers with a new quarterback in town, with the Falcons, and with, I think, Bijan Robinson commanding a lot of red zone looks and stuff like that when they get down to the goal line. Because Drake London, he was top 5 in red zone looks last year, and I think that's not going to happen this year because I think they're really going to focus on Bijan Robinson this week. So it's kind of like negative correlation. If Bijan Robinson is getting a lot of positive looks and stuff like that's going to take away from Drake London. So that's why I'm kind of down on Drake London. But what do you like? Drake London made your top 10. What's there that makes you like Drake London so much?
Well, I mean, I like what you said earlier. He's a red zone target, and he's a big receiver. So I think that those two things are factors, especially when I'm looking at my 8th, 9th, 10th receiver. And then on an offense that potentially should be good. With Penix Jr. Stepping in now this year after sitting out last season pretty much. I know he came in a little bit, but initially he was sitting behind the veteran Cousins. Not your cousin, not my cousin, but Kirk Cousins. So I think that with that, it's only going to either be him. It's either going to be London or it's going to be Robinson. And then you got Pitts. We'll see what happens with Pitts. He's been, very disappointed since being drafted.
Since his rookie year.
Yeah, but I did see a lot from London last year. I saw some games where he kind of popped off the screen. And this could be that year where he has that good season. Yes, you do have the running back. You do have Robinson that's going to get this and that, but somebody else got to catch touchdowns. And I think if anybody's going to get touchdowns outside of Robinson, it's going to be London. So I'm leaning with that. Then you have a good division. So there's going to be some games in there where he should have some nice numbers for you. So, and I don't think he's going to hurt you week to week. I think this year with London, you're going to get, especially picking him in this kind of position, like if he's your eighth, receiver taken in the draft or somewhere in there, eighth, ninth, tenth, you're going to get solid production from London this year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I just want to answer a question from the message board. I see somebody, why y'all sleeping on it? We both have Nico in our top 10, Mr. One, so I don't know if we're actually sleeping on Nico Collins, but I am going to play devil advocate for Nico Collins lovers. Nico, he's not the most, stone Iron Man out there. He missed last year, missed some games due to a hammy injury. 2 years ago, missed some games due to some nagging injuries. Folks, CJ Stroud regressed, in my opinion, last year. And one of the reasons is poor offensive line play. Well, guess what? That offensive line didn't get any better. Matter of fact, when people I really like established the run, some good experts that analyze O-line, they have the Houston Texans with the 29th ranked overall offensive line. That's why I'm out on Joe Mixon. That's why I'm pretty much out. I'm out on CJ Stroud. I'm out on Nico Collins. Now, Nico Collins still makes my top 10 because of target share. He is the only guy there. They did bring in 2 rookies, but they're going to be slow to start. So overall, with competition later in the year, not being an Ironman, that's why Nico's not that high. I mean, he and I'm sure you have the same concerns. That's why he's number 2 on your list. There's just a lot of more negative factors against Nico than positive. But another thing that I saw that me and Mr. 411 have together is we both have Amon St. Brown ranked fairly high. Amon St. Brown is that guy. He's that old, reliable 1980, Toyota Corolla that's rusted at the top, got the rust on the bottom, but you know what? It still gets you from point A to point B, and that is what he brings to the table. Another thing with Mixon, Mixon, he could be out. They're saying at best he could come in round 3, or I'm sorry, week 3. But again, if he's not getting the running game going, that's gonna you can play zone against Nico Collins. He is not known to be a zone buster, so that's another thing playing again. But yeah, me and you, we both like Amon St. Brown. Now, this is another one that kind of, even though, I have him lit, Puka Nacua, Mr. 4-1, he made number. I mean, you got him ahead of CeeDee Lamb around Amon St. Brown over.
Yeah.
What is Puka Nacua? What has caught your eye with Puka Nacua?
Well, for one, addition by subtraction. And, me being a Seattle Seahawks fan, I do like the addition of Cooper Kupp in Seattle, but I like that addition for Seattle, right? I like that they have a receiver that they can kind of rely on in the, especially with the type of quarterback that's there now in Seattle. But he's a reliable receiver, right? But this opens the door for Puka. So I mean, Puka was having excellent seasons with Cooper Kupp, and now, man, with him being the man now, I can only imagine that his targets are going to go up and all, and all those type of things. And he's a physical receiver too.
Yeah,
he's a physical receiver as well.
Named Devontae Adams that came into town. So I don't know if he's going to get that much more of a target share with Devontae Adams.
I think he is
commanding the ball. So, but the thing, hey. Again, I have no problems with Puka. He's number 5 on my list because he is a physical freak. But the thing that knocked him down is, compared to Amon St. Brown, target share. He's a target monster. He's going to get all the intermediate stuff. And Detroit's going to score a bundle of points. Justin Jefferson is Justin Jefferson. Jamar Chase. CeeDee Lamb. I already made my comment. So the thing that like I said, I like Puka. I just don't like him as much as them. But one of the things that concerns me is his target share. Is if CD or Devontae Adams comes in and gets all those red zone targets, which he's done and which he did in Green Bay and he did in Vegas, and then of course when he went to the Jets. I just think, and also Puka has not stayed healthy for a whole season in his career. And that goes back, you can look at his college days, Mr. 4-1. He got nicked up in his that's why he was drafted so low in the draft process. It's because he just couldn't stay on the field. Now, when he burst out on the scene, they say, "Oh man, this is good." Well, he's got to. You got to. He just got to. He concerns me with his durability. I like Brian Thomas Jr. You have Brian Thomas Jr. a little bit lower. What's concerns about you in Jacksonville with Brian Thomas Jr. that he's behind Nabers, he's behind Drake London?
Well, you just answered it. He's in Jacksonville. So that's so that's why I have him ninth. He's in Jacksonville, but I like him though. He's a big receiver, big strong receiver, and he was holding his own, stepping right into the NFL. So once again, if you draft him, you get him. Hey, you're gonna have you a solid receiver for the entire season.
Yeah,
Uh, but
and he's a
but the
target
fact
hog.
is, yeah, it is. But it's Jacksonville, so when I'm looking at some of these other ones, like when I think about an AJ Brown, I think Philadelphia reliable. You know what you're going to get there. But I think there's always that thing with Jacksonville. Sometimes they have these games where it's just like you're scratching your head. You're like, man, and that kind of worries me with that as well. When I'm dividing it and splitting it all up, we're splitting hairs with these top 10 receivers. But all these receivers right here, if they're on anybody's fantasy team right here, any of these on this list, on your list and my list, you're getting a good receiver.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're basically getting a WR1 or a WR 1.5. With me looking at this, you know what I'm saying? You have the potential of having a wide receiver one, even with guys that are on the bottom half of our draft. So yeah, but that's why I have him there. That was my
Okay.
tiebreaker.
Okay, I have one more question before we get into the mid-round receiver that we're going to debate. I had a recent question from somebody in my fantasy leagues. He's having trouble, Mr. 411. So let's try and help him out. He has it's a keeper league, and he has Tyreek Hill and Lad McConkey. So what my answer is based on my top 10 list. But you have McConkey and Tyreek Hill. So I'm not going to answer because you know my answer. What would you take if you had to stare down between Tyreek Hill and Lad McConkey as your keeper? Who would you keep and why?
Well, okay, I'm keeping Lad McConkey.
Okay.
The key word was keeper, right?
Yes.
Meaning I'm gonna keep this guy and I can have this guy for the next 10 seasons if I want, if I'm playing fantasy football in that particular league. So I'm gonna take Lad.
Yeah. Younger, tied to what and if there's any person that is tied to a quarterback more than Tyreek Hill, there isn't, because Tyreek, as soon as Tua goes, if Tua gets that one,
we saw that
we saw it last year. You saw what happened, and I'm sorry if Justin Herbert goes down, that's not going to affect Lad McConkey at all. They have another guy. Harbaugh knows how to get his receivers the ball. They're not going to pass a lot. Don't get me wrong. But they showed at the end of the year, if people are going to load up to stop the run, Lad McConkey can beat single coverage time and time again. So yeah, I just like McConkey, and also he's, like I said, he's young. Now, yes, he had a little injury, but believe it or not, that injury he got early on was kind of still came over from the college football season. It was just lingering, but once he got healthy, it was wheels up, and he showed, hey, we can throw the ball. So yeah, I really like Lad McConkey because I think he's going to get, and also Lad McConkey don't have a Waddle on the other side of him. He don't have Waddle taking away those touches away from him. He don't have A-Chain coming out of the ball field to catch balls. Tyreek Hill, hey, great receiver. Hey, if Tyreek Hill's offered to me in the third round, I'll get him. But if Lad McConkey and Tyreek Hill is my choice, I'm taking Lad McConkey 10 out of 10 times.
Right.
And also with a keeper league, like you said, Lad McConkey. Tyreek Hill thought he was out. He was saying bye to his Dolphin teammates at the end of the year last year. Nobody knew he was coming back to the Dolphins. So now you don't have to worry about that head, the drama stuff that sometimes could come with a Tyreek Hill. I like Lad McConkey just because younger. I like the better offense. I like the coaching staff. Hey, I like McDaniels, but I also like Lad McConkey's lack of targets competition on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, and I like long term. So when we talking keeper, I want to have my long term investment and down the line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Down the line, I'm gonna have my receiver that everybody wants. You know what I'm saying? Like the clock is ticking on Hill. Like Hill, it's good to have him right now. I mean, he's still fast. He's probably a 99 on Madden football, right? In speed. But eventually that's gonna start, that's gonna start
another
coming
year
down.
older. Another
Right.
year older. Yeah.
Every year there's more tread
They
on the
always
tire.
they
You
always
know what I
say
mean?
father time is undefeated, folks.
Yep. Absolutely. So I'm going long term with McConkey because I mean I saw flashes of it last season. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's not like he had like one reception every game. It was some big monster games in there too, and I could see that coming moving forward. So yeah, if I was in that predicament, I would go with Ladd.
Okay. Yeah. And so that he said he's going to sleep on it, but he said he's gonna watch our show, see what we say. And I said, okay. I said I'll throw that that question to 411 and
Yeah.
see if he agrees with me on that.
Look,
So
I'll put all the money that calculator has in his pocket on Ladd. Okay.
yeah.
All right. That's how strong I believe in that, right?
Yeah.
And you know
Well,
calculator.
I appreciate that, Mr. 411. But again, like I said, I try to mitigate risk early on in the draft, and there's just a lot of risk. Hey, Tyreek Hill. Hey, and if you looked at our show last year, me and you had Tyreek Hill number. Both of us. I took a little sneak peek last year. We both
Yeah.
had Tyreek Hill as our number 2 receiver
Yes.
last year. Behind CeeDee Lamb, so that's why a lot of things was like, hey, you can't go wrong with Tyreek Hill. What you can't go wrong if the two situations are,
Oh, he didn't make it to the stadium.
and another thing is I just found out Tyreek Hill's son, his dad's not even his favorite receiver. He loves Justin Jefferson. Like, oh my gosh, man, your
Wait,
kid don't even like you, the number one. That's
well,
how did that happen?
Cause Tyreek doesn't do the gritty. You know what I mean? You
Oh,
gotta do the gritty.
that's
You
right.
gotta score and do the gritty.
Yeah,
That's how you win them over now. You gotta do the gritty.
there you
Hey,
go.
I think that's what we gotta do, calculate. Me and you have to start doing the gritty. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
hey,
After the show.
hey, if I win my FFPC championship, I will do the gritty on air for everybody, Mr. 411, full screen, because it'll be a happy day if I can bring down the FFPC tournament.
Wow. All right, we root for you there because we want to see that.
Oh yeah, hey, I'll be practicing. My daughter, I know she knows how to do it, so I get some lessons from her if I have to. But I got to win it first. Got to win it first.
All right, that's already done, calculate. You're gonna win it, man. That's a done
Okay,
deal. All right,
so
we already got the parade set up.
yeah. So hey, Mr. Foreman, what's that mid? You want to tell the people what that mid round receiver that we you want to name a name?
Man, you know what? This mid-round receiver calculator. Let me tell you something, man. I followed this guy, all right, and
Yeah.
he's very interesting young man. A lot going on in his life, and he's made it. He's made it to the mountaintop. He's in the NFL, and he'll be joining the NFL. He's already technically in the league now, but
Yep.
he'll officially hit the field in preseason and will be doing damage this year, I believe so. But let's talk about him, man. Travis Hunter, man. Let's talk about Travis Hunter, calculator.
Man, and you want to talk about a guy being from the state of Georgia? I saw him when they lost the team he lost, and when he was in high school, they lost to Warner Robins High School, my alma mater. Right. So I got to see him as a senior in high school, and at the time I was excited because he was a Florida State recruit. He was the number 1 recruit in the country. He was
That's right.
committed to Florida State, and then Dion stole him away. So I was like, okay, I was happy for a few months, but hey, the guy was talented. Now he made his bones as a cornerback. That's what he
Right.
was in Florida State. And I think that's one of the reasons he did commit it from Florida State is because they were going to strictly keep him as a defensive player. Dion said, "Hey, you come over here, I can make you a dual player."
You do everything.
That's
Jackson
right.
State. Yeah.
Exactly. And hey, if Dion comes and asks you, and you play a position that Dion played at quarterback, you know you're going to get a little extra coaching, so to speak, in that position. So I can't blame Travis Hunter. And you talk about. And then we followed them all when they moved. When Dion went to Colorado, took a lot of his players with him.
Yep.
Hey, folks, just watch our CTL podcast. We picked Buffalo and against them, but a lot of that was if Trevor Hunter was going to be on the field, not on the field, because he's that type of player. Now, yes, great player, that's fine. But folks, he's going in the 5th round. 5th round, folks. That and if you're not, I'm going by the most recent Gorilla drafts on the FFPC. Those are people plopping down $350 for the entry fee. So these people that got money on the line. It's standard league like we have 2 flex positions, but I mean Travis Hunter, he's going ahead of, and we put him on here. He's going ahead of Devontae Smith. He's going ahead of Jalen Waddle. He's going ahead of Deebo Samuels, Zay Flowers. He's going ahead of a lot of number one receivers on powerful offenses. So I'm going to ask you, well, Devontae Smith's not a number one receiver, but he's a pretty good number two on a high scoring team. We've seen it before. So, Mr. 401, I'm going to throw this to you. Would you pick Travis Hunter ahead of Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle? Just these two people we have on the screen.
Oh man, this is tough. Okay, I'm gonna take my personal bias out of this, and I'm gonna say, calculate. I'm gonna stick with Smith. I'm gonna stick with Smith in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I mean that offense right there, the Jalen Hurts, all that they have going on there. AJ Brown, the door's gonna be open for Smith. I mean,
you cannot double cover
pick him
Devontae
over Smith.
Exactly, because Devontae Smith, you could say he has all that time. Well, AJ Brown, if there's double coverage, it's going to roll to him. And you got to play an 8-man front with the way Saquon Barkley was running the ball last week. And Devontae Smith might be going up against backup corners, especially during the middle of the year when people start getting injuries. Nickel type cornerbacks. Devontae Smith is going to be open early and often. And we talked about the Saquon Barkley in the running back section. We said they got to throw the ball more this year compared to last year, just because it's going to be tougher schedule. Better offenses they're going to have to go up against week in, week out. So, yeah, I'm taking Devontae Smith over Travis Hunter. Now, go to the Jalen Waddle. What about another Jalen Waddle? This is the number 2 receiver against Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I'm calculating it in my head calculator. Like that, the one with Smith was a little bit easy to figure out. Now, Waddle, man, that Miami offense, the way it runs is awesome. I mean, we do have a Tyreek Hill there too that's going to get a lot of quick catches. You got A-Chain. If I was going to take a risk and take Hunter over one of these two, it would be over Waddle. But man, that Miami offense is explosive. And I do think that Waddle will get more share this year than normal. Like Hill is not gonna. I don't think Hill is gonna give you that top 2 type receiver numbers this year. So that means Waddle's gonna get a little more of that pie. But then when I wound it back over to Jacksonville, we still talking about you got Brian Thomas over there that's going to get a lot of touches, and this is Travis Hunter's first season in the NFL. And so where I think there's going to be flashes this year for Hunter, but I'm gonna go with the money here, and I'm gonna go with Waddle over Hunter as well. So I would take Travis third.
I'm with you all the way on those two for everything you said. But one of the things, the caveat you're going to have to worry about with Travis Hunter is how often is he going to run receiver? Because they drafted him because they needed help, not only at receiver, but at the quarterback position. So, and he can't be at 2 meeting rooms at the same time. I'm sure Jacksonville can stagger meetings. So I really don't think the meeting room situation is an issue. But once you get later on in the season, I just don't think he's going to have enough snap count, enough of the route tree to really hey, if you get me into him in the 8th round, I'll take a real hard look at him. But you know what, folks? He's not going to be available in the 8th round because all you need is one person to love him. And like I said, the last Gorilla draft, the guy drafted him in the middle of the 5th round. And he said he had Travis. This was his 4th Gorilla draft, mind you, and he said he had Travis Hunter on all his teams. So that like anything, it only takes one person to love the guy. And that's why I have a feeling he will not be on any calculator teams just because he won't be available for when I think he should be where I have him ranked in my own personal rankings.
And you know what, calculator, and the thing about this that what makes this an interesting discussion is that he's super talented. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has the talent. He has the talent to be either a wide receiver 1 or CB1, cornerback 1. But the thing is, as you just mentioned, he's playing both. And wear and tear throughout the NFL season, number of reps. I'm not certain if he's going to have like full-time reps at receiver or not. We don't know that yet. I mean, we're hearing that he's going to be a wide receiver 2 for Jacksonville. A quarterback, excuse me. But which one is it? You're playing both. So I'd rather take the guy that plays it full-time and has done it for several years, and that's what that person's going to be. in a prolific offense,
Yeah.
which is the Dolphins and the Eagles
Yeah.
offenses are. They put up numbers. So I would put my money on that first.
Yeah.
And like you said, maybe later on in the draft, if I can get him on my roster and then let him marinate, and then things go a certain way, I can pull him up. But I'm not going to risk a wide receiver 2 slot on Travis Hunter.
No.
Not this season.
No, yeah, and I'm perfectly like with you. I'm going to be waiting and seeing. Hey, if that comes back to bite me, so be it. I'll I just don't want to be the one where it doesn't like all of it. I mean, what Travis Hunter are you going to get after he's been covering Nico Collins going down the field for the whole game? I said, man, he's going to be out of breath, trying to face up Nico Collins man to man, and then he's got to go and try and beat up on. Yeah, and I'm sorry, Big 12 folks, they didn't. Big 12
Yeah.
he went. Travis Hunter wasn't going against SEC cornerbacks or Big 10 cornerbacks. He was going against a lot of Big 12 guys that didn't get recruited by the big schools. So he's going to be facing tougher competition. And again, we talked. I'll say it before I say it again. I just don't think he's going to. When you're not out there, those are guaranteed 0 targets if you're not even on the field. So while he might be trying to catch his breath from playing, so many defensive snaps.
Yeah, or just running back a punt. He already runs back this punt or this kickoff, and now he's out for a couple plays, or he's playing DB for a series, and he's got to sit out and miss this offensive series. Like for Jacksonville, they're okay with that. They're utilizing him, as a utility guy. But in fantasy football, we want people that's going to be on the field darn near every possession.
Yeah. Yeah. So folks, hey, you draft them at your own risk. We just try to give you the information that our feelings on the situation. So
yeah. All right. Okay. That's who we are with it.
Yep. So
all right, Travis. You have a great season.
So you have any questions or concerns, Mr. 41, before we get into our drop draft? Or well, I'll say this, that a little bit news. I just got an update on Chris Godwin. It looks like he is still a little, slow from his early off-season surgery. So all that is going to do, that's going to push up Emeka Egbuka, the receiver that Mr. Forward, or that yours truly was questioning why they drafted him, and now it's coming clear that Chris Godwin was a little bit but I was confused because they just signed Chris Godwin to an extension after the injury, so I was like, oh, the injury can't be that bad. They just re-signed him the money, but then now all of a sudden they picked Egbuka in the same position that Chris Godwin runs from. So what I've been seeing a lot in trends, though, believe it or not, for one, I've seen a lot of people at the end of drafts, some drafts, they actually double up. They pick Egbuka, and then they double up with Chris Godwin. So they try to say, hey, I want to get that Mike Evans compliment when they can, because Egbuka's going in the 8th round and Godwin's going in the 9th round. So a lot of times you can do that double tap and get something like that. That is a strategy that I've been seeing through some of these drafts. Just doing their Egbuka started off, before the Chris Godwin news, and at number 12, he's risen up a total of 4 rounds since the Godwin news come out in just 2 weeks. So now he's right neck and neck with Chris Godwin.
Yeah. So the CYA technique.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
And that's good. But you did ask me if I have a question, and I actually do, man. Like, there's a lot of talk about the quarterback in Chicago. Are there any receivers over there that you really think could break out?
I love, well, not that they gonna break out. I think their price tag is good for Rome Odunze. Hey, I loved him in college. And I think it was great. He kind of, did his own thing. He had a couple good games, but he was learning from Keenan Allen. Of course, DJ Moore, getting comfortable with Caleb Williams, and Rome Odunze is going in the 7th round. So I'll tell you right now, I like Odunze and Travis Hunter. If I had them back to back, and I made my. I'm not a Bears fan. I do know a Bears fan, know a couple Bears fans. But hey, in my conversations with them, I told them I'm high on Odunze this year. I'm high on the Bears offense in general. Vegas is high on the Bears offense this year in point totals, look ahead lines, and so forth. So, and I think if Vegas says the Bears are going to score more points compared to last year. Well, they're not going to Keenan Allen because he's not there this year. I think it's going to be Odunze stepping into a full-time role because he had to leave in a lot of 2 receiver sets. He left the field. So now he's going to be out there all the time. So he's going to increase his usage and routes run. I think they bolstered their offensive line. That's one of the biggest reasons I really like the Bears is the bolstering of the offensive line through free agency and through the draft last year. And heck, this year they got a great blocking tight end. And that's one of the reasons I heard they drafted Loveland ahead of Warren is because they like Loveland's blocking more than Warren. And Loveland can go out and catch passes as well. But anytime they run a 12 formation with the 2 tight ends, Odunze is going to stay out on that field as one of those wide receivers where in prior times he would have come out for the Keenan Allen and DJ Moore out there. DJ Moore, I like him. I just don't like. I mean, his price tag. He's in the 3rd round. This most recent draft. I mean, I if I get a 3rd round receiver, I'm wanting a T. Higgins. I'm wanting a Marvin Harrison. I like Marvin Harrison Jr. We didn't talk about him. A guy that
he's bulked up this year too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Hey, so I mean, hey, there was a reason he was drafted so high last year, folks. They said Marvin.
I drafted him.
Yeah. Hey. And you still do good because of your running backs, Mr. Fullen. So, but hey, not bad for drafting a guy with low expectations and still, mowing people down because of those stud running backs you had. But yeah, hey, I think Marvin. We didn't talk about it. I think Marvin Harrison is going to have a bounce back year. One of those post. They use the term post hype sleepers. I love Marvin Harrison Jr. That guy. I almost said it in Ohio State. We're talking about Garrett Wilson. We're talking about JSM. We're talking about, Olave. They said Marvin Harrison Jr. was better than all 3 of them. Going through the program. So yeah, I love Marvin because the talents there. They just need to get Kyler Murray to get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. You got Trey McBride, and we'll talk about on our tight end show coming up in a few weeks. I love Trey McBride, but hey, it's those 2 and nobody else. So even if McBride's their number 1 option, Marvin Harrison's still going to get his fair share of targets. I mean, I love Marvin Harrison Jr. as a post-hype sleeper because if Marvin Harrison Jr., folks, hey, if you're watching, LT, you watching, you better get him before my 3rd round pick because he is going to be on my team in the 3rd round. Auction's a different animal, Mr. 411. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Calculator loves Marvin Harrison Jr. Hey, so much so he almost made the top 10. I was thinking hard between Drake London, Ladd McConkey, Marvin Harrison Jr. Those were the 3 vying for that 10 spot, and I just went with more safe option. But hey, I'm going to be a Marvin Harrison. He's going to be on a lot of calculator teams this year.
Hey, that's saying a lot there, Calculator. He was right there on your top, right there hovering around your top 10.
He was on the cusp.
But he has wide receiver 1 ability.
He does.
You know what I mean? So somebody get him on their roster. You may win it. You may win your league if he's slow.
And he's playing on one of the faster paced offenses in the league. So that means he's going to get all increased snaps. And hey, they're going to be going against the San Francisco scoring machine. They're going to be scoring against the Rams scoring machine. So they're going to have to keep up. Kyler Murray's not going to be able to, just sit back and take his time. They're going to have to keep scoring with these guys. So yeah, I really do like Marvin Harrison Jr. this year.
All right. Well, what's next, man?
That's right, folks. That's why you tune in. You want to catch the pulse? What we do. Hey, you might say, Calculator 411, why do y'all do my folks? ADP changes every week. So what we do is we want to do a draft with current ADP to see what people are moving up, what people are moving down. This is how you can gauge. Like I said, we'll see where Marvin Harrison Jr. goes with the composite ADP now. So that's what we're going to do with markup because trends tell you everything because you want to draft. Hey, you could have, Marvin Harrison Jr. as one of your top wide receivers. You don't want to pay a 2nd round pick for him if you know you can get him in the 3rd round. You want to get that other guy that you know is going to be a good contributor and get the guy that with better value in the 3rd round. So that's why we do these mock drafts to get a gauge. Hey, Tight ends, are they falling in a lot of drafts? Quarterbacks, does it pay to wait on? Well, that's why we do a trial and error. If we don't like a way we do a draft, we change it when it's the real thing. So it's like anything that you test. You always, if you want to test stuff in a database, you want to do it in a test database. You don't want to do it in a production database because it's on there. So you want to get our practice in. We want to get it there, and we want to see what the trends are going. So I'm going to go in there. I'm going to start this, and the good thing about this mock draft is we're going against ADP, so we're going against AI, using the same scoring that we do. Full PPR scoring, snake draft. We got 12 teams. So, hey, we did a 9th pick, so we're going to pick it up. I'm going to go with the 4th round. So, Mr. 4-1, based on the 4th round pick, who do you think might fall to us in the 4th round?
Wow, in the 4th round?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm thinking a solid running back or a solid tight end at 4.
Well, do you think CeeDee Lamb might fall to us in the 4th round?
In the 4th round?
Not 4th round. I'm sorry, 4th draft. Number 4 pick overall.
Okay. I thought you the 4th round.
I'm sorry,
okay.
I did say 4th round. I mean, number 4. The number 4th pick? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Number 4. I think in a lot of drafts, like in a lot of real drafts, I think Lamb will be available because I think that obviously there's going to be a running back gone. There's going to be Chase, probably a Chase
Bijan will be gone. Chase and hopefully Jefferson. Hopefully those are the
and
three
Jefferson. Yeah, I really feel like those will be gone.
Yeah. But this ADP will show us if CeeDee Lamb good. So me and Mr. 4-1 are agreed. If CeeDee Lamb falls to us, we're good with taking him, right, Mr. 4-1?
Oh, absolutely. Again, you're getting a wide receiver 1.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna start the draft. Okay, hey, so Justin Jefferson's there, but Mr. 4-1, I want to use the tiebreaker of him having a hamstring injury.
Oh wow!
Get my. I mean, I didn't think Justin Jefferson was going to be there.
That went by so fast on my screen. Who were the first 2 taken?
Yeah, okay,
Chase.
Chase was number
Robinson?
1. Bijan and Barkley was.
Barkley. Okay.
Yeah, so Barkley's raising up, folks. Keep an eye on that. Barkley's starting to make a comeback in ADP.
Wow.
So keep that in mind if you're a Barkley lover. But folks, we already said Barkley's not going to be on a lot of calculators team because I actually have CMC McCaffrey ranked ahead of Barkley. So, but Barkley went number 3 in this. But hey, I'm thrilled because if you can't go wrong with Justin Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb. But for our purposes, we're going to go with my number 1 receiver. Thank you, Mr. 4-1, for allowing me.
Oh no, and let's pause there right quick because this is a dilemma that someone else is going to run across at some point, right? Like Justin Jefferson is a physical freak of nature. We know he's a monster at that position, but Kirk Cousins was really there together when that happened. Like last season, it wasn't great quarterbacking, I don't think, in Minnesota last year, but he still had moments. He still gave you, he gave you good numbers, but it wasn't the explosive numbers.
Correct.
Do you think that with Lamb in Dallas, he'll have the better opportunity to be more explosive?
Absolutely, because I think Dak is going to be 100%. They actually said Dak could have played last year, but they just they were out of playoff contention. No, they didn't want to risk it. Just let him rest up. So Dak's going to be rejuvenated. And I think, and I said it earlier, Pickens I think is really going to. I think that's going to help Lamb because they can't concentrate all their coverage on him anymore. And even when they did, like I said, he was able to beat it half the time. So I just like. Everything's lining up, in my opinion, for Lamb, not only to beat out Justin Jefferson. I have him ahead of Chase. I just love CeeDee Lamb this year. So I know I'm not going to get him in our auction now, Mr. 411, since everybody knows I'm going to be chasing him. But I don't care.
There's going to be a lot of money spent on him. How about that?
Hey, that's true. That's true. Hey, but everybody has a price. But yeah, CeeDee Lamb is calculator's number 1 receiver. So I get him at number 4 here.
All right.
Oh, man. Gibbs and Jefferson, of course. Puka's off. Henry's off. Oh, whoa. What was this?
Is that Ladd?
Yeah. Ladd McConkey. Oh, my goodness. Another top 10 receiver, Mr. 411. Wow.
It is. Hey, this is a wide receiver episode. So,
But the thing is, Mr. 4-1, I love Chase Brown. I love Bucky Irvin. But hey, I like Jonathan Taylor too. So I think we can get that top 10 receiver, right? As our number 2 receiver. Are you good with that?
Yeah, it's a wide receiver episode, man. Let's go ahead and get two receivers, man.
Okay, so yeah, because and I like some of these other running backs we can get, but yeah, I mean, I'm getting two of my. I know it's not Mr. 401's, top 10, but I mean, I love Lad McConkey. So yeah, we'll go with Lad McConkey and Taylor, Irving, Kyrie. Chase Brown did. That
He didn't
stinks.
last. All right, but who's left?
Yeah.
This is good to know.
Uh,
What running back can you get in round 3?
Brees Hall is there. Alvin Kamara, I think third round's a little too high for Alvin Kamara. For Alvin Kamara, personally, we had a Kenneth Walker debate, but that was at the I think we got him in the fourth round last draft, Mr. 411. I'm still good with a lot of these receivers. I mean, we could always go quarterback here. I mean, top quarterback because Lamar Jackson, he's like a tier of his own. But because I'm telling you right now, folks, although I say we could rate on quarterback because I'm good with Bo Nix. I'm good with Justin Field, Brock Purdy, all those at the end of the draft.
Yeah, I think we need running back.
Talk about that. So let's wait on them. So you want to go running back because it's a long time before we pick again, Mr. 4-1. So
and we already missed 2 rounds worth of running backs, man. We got to get a back. But the name, look at these names though. I mean, it wasn't too long ago that a Brees Hall and a Taylor would be in the round 1 in the backfield.
Yeah. So,
I mean, what's going on there?
Well, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, you're asking why Jonathan Taylor's not here?
Well, I'm just saying, like guys like that were the type of backs that you know what I'm saying. A Brees Hall, they were first round type running backs at one point. So
yeah, and that's what I said. So the thing with Brees Hall, he disappointed last week, or last year. So I think that's that kind of the deal. But so are you good? Are you looking at Brees Hall?
Yeah, I'm good with him. Okay. We need some kind of back. We need some sort of back that we got have some track record.
Because I guarantee you, Alvin Kamara, Kenneth Walker, James Cook, or Marion Hampton, they're not falling to us. So we'll get our hero running back and see where it comes to us. Yep, there goes the running backs. All those running backs. Oh, well, Mr. 411. Oh, Marion Hampton did fall to us. Now, folks, this is because if you follow our running back show, Najee Harris had a firework incident, right? They're saying he could be blinded. I mean, I know that was initial reports, but they said he can see out of one eye, so that's good. So, but what I'm saying is the thing is you have a gym, and you could say, oh man, we got Lad McConkey. Why do you want to go? Hey, if they're going to score a lot of points, it got to come from somewhere, right? So, I mean. And if you look at my running back rankings, Marion Hampton, there's the tier break. You always want to grab the last guy in the tier rather than the first guy in the tier, right? So and then when let's look at the wide receiver. Oh well, DJ Moore, there's another tier break. But hey, I'm good. We talked about earlier about Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, all that. So I think all those guys will follow. Let's go tight end. Yeah, tight ends. I feel good. We can always wait on tight end. We can always get our Kyle Pitts right in the 12th round. So
yeah,
So are you good with Marion Hampton?
Absolutely. I love running back. So
okay,
let's go. And again, we have 2 top 10-ish receivers, man. We both have potential to be wide receiver 1s. So we're looking good, man. We got 2 1s on our off the bat, and then Brees Hall could be a monster. So that's potentially
and now
top players, man.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Calculate.
And look, we got, and like I said, a lot of those receivers, the Jalen Waddles, the Ted McMillan, a lot of those guys fall into his. I don't know, Jalen Waddle. I think I think I like Jameson Williams too at this price. Explosive offense, so forth. Let's see it running back. Yeah, I mean, all those running backs are kind of grouped together, so we're good at running back. So what do you think, Ms. 4-1, between Zay Flowers, Jalen Waddle, Jameson Williams?
Wow, that's a lot of choices there. Is Zay Flowers going to be the number 1 target for Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, we don't know.
You know what I mean? What other receiver would challenge Zay Flowers for the receptions?
Well, they just re-signed Bateman, right? They just signed, well, they still have Mark Andrews in town, but I'm gonna defer to your Zay Flowers situation. The reason I'm gonna do that is because Isaiah Likely got hurt. And we'll talk about that. Luckily, in our tight end episode 2 weeks from now, I'll give everybody an update on the Isaiah Likely. But they say he could miss some regular season reps or some regular season time. So hey, number one. I'd say number one. I think he was going to share a lot of looks with Mark Andrews. I'll go with Zay Flowers on this.
Okay.
So, are you good with that? So you're good with Zay Flowers?
I'm good with it.
Okay.
I think Lamar's going to put the ball in the air a little more. So,
I think so. Man, now, oh man. And look, Jalen Waddle fell to us, Mr. 411.
He's still there, man.
Hey, I don't even think we need to discuss. I mean, if you want to discuss, we could discuss. But I told you my love for Jalen Waddle. I mean, and he's fallen to us in the 6th round. I mean, you can never have too many good receivers, right? Mr. 411, are you good with Jalen Waddle? And hey, you can say calculate. Your team, Chris Olave's. Hey, I'm scared of concussions. All right. So, even though he's out there with the big helmet, Mr. 411, I saw him in training camp with the big helmet, and I was very thankful. I just don't want that one hit to derail, although you're not paying a 3rd round price like you had to in the past. So that's good. But I mean, Jalen Waddle, Mr. 411.
I mean, this deep in the draft, yes. The only concern I have is when you talk about concussions, is what about the quarterback in Miami?
Yeah, Tua.
That's the only other concern.
Yeah. So, but I mean,
this deep in the draft, though, man. You getting your wide receiver 2. We can run 3 receivers. We can run 3 receiver sets, right?
Hey, and because if you look at our team, I mean, even if Zay or Ladd, we got Jalen. I mean, we don't even have to start Jalen Waddle. That's the beauty of this. So, say if the Tua injury comes, it's not going to hurt our team that much. So, hey, I'm with you, Mr. 411. Let's click the and folks, I want to talk to people like this. When you're in a draft and you're talking it over, as you can see, we're going to pick fairly early next spring. And when you look at the teams, quarterback is needed, a tight end. So if we look at the tier, there is a drop off at tight end. So that is something we need to be concerned. However, I don't think we can pass up Jalen Waddle. So, but that is something. If you're at the near an end of the draft, that is something. Look at team needs drafting ahead of you on what they might need. But right here, we're going with Jalen Waddle.
Well, one thing is for certain, we don't have to worry about receivers, man.
That's true.
Now on this team.
I don't know. Chris Olave fell to us, Mr. 411.
Hey, man. We're gonna run 5 wides now. We're gonna go run and shoot.
I mean, mercy. I mean, if that is wow.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
But I mean, Bo Nix, he's still there. I say let's go with David Njoku, just for the reason that there is a tier break after him, Mr. 411. And if the teams tight end, well, everybody but one person has a tight end, and the person they picked twice before us. So I don't think David Njoku will make it back to us because there is one team that needs a tight end. So you would go with going Njoku?
Yeah, I'm good with that. He's a big body, athletic tight end. And look, that team in that quarterback situation there up there in Cleveland, you got some veterans, you got young guys. Whenever you have some old veteran and then you have young guys, that screams tight end. Like that's the type of that's the type of receiver that they're gonna throw to a lot. So Njoku should have a great season.
Yeah, because I don't think he'll come back to us for the mere fact is there's another person that needs a tight end. Well, by the way it looks at the guy that needed tight end didn't draft tight end. So Njoku, well, they might have just passed on tight end because we got the last one in the tier break. So that's one thing we can look at. Okay, so we're back at here. Hey, we got these receivers, but we're pretty good at receiver, right? We loaded. I mean, they got some. I want to see what quarterback. See, all these quarterbacks are the same, and the reason I say that, Mr. 411, I'm looking at Dak Prescott, and I wouldn't mind a Dak Prescott CeeDee Lamb stack with this team. I think that'd be really good, especially if you're any type of like I play in the PPC. I've said it before. They have a tournament style at the end. If you make it to the tournament, it's a mad dash those last 3 weeks. So you actually need to have stacks to try and win tournaments. So I think he'll fall to us. So that's why I say, hey, let's bolster our running back room a little bit. Mr. 411 got Travis Etienne, you got Javonte Williams. We talked about him briefly earlier on Dallas. I don't want too much of Dallas, though. Ramondre Stevenson. I know Travion Henderson. A lot of people like Travion Henderson, but I mean, Ramondre Stevenson is still the starter in New England. So I mean, what do you think, Mr. 411? Do any of these running backs look good to you?
Well, normally I would already have all my running backs by now, so. I don't really know at this point, man. I'm gonna lean on you with this.
Okay.
Stevens is a known, commodity. I mean, he can get it done. We have Brees Hall right now, right?
Yeah.
We have Hall, and we have 2 backs already. So yeah, I mean, I'm good with a back because we already have 2. So
well,
this is just
I actually think these guys.
we already have 2.
Yeah. I think all these guys. So I'm gonna, if you don't mind me dipping into the wide receiver again, just for the mere fact that I like Shakir. Target hog in Buffalo. He has that high floor. You got Juwan Jennings. Hey, Deebo Samuel's out of town. Ricky Pearsall, another San Francisco receiver. So
now my question is, when are we gonna play him?
Well,
where does he?
Hey, you can never have too much of a good thing, Mr. 411. You know that. Because I'm saying, if you look at the probability, these running backs have more of a probability coming back to us because they're saying Shakir could go. I mean, anytime you get 90%, Ricky Pearsall, 64%, Juwan Jennings, 76%. But Mr. 411,
right.
I'm just going to get the reason I'm going to do Shakir, even though he got nicked up, folks. The reason we're going to do, or the reason I want to do Shakir is he has that high floor. You know what I'm saying? He's the guy that, you put him in there during bye weeks. If there's an injury, you can stick him in there. He's going to, hey, you need 8 points. He's going to get you 8 points. You need, 4 points. He's going to get you 8 points. You need 12 points. He's going to get you 8 points. So, that's how you do it with Shaquille. So do you mind if I pick that? Because I just think.
No, I don't. Hey, we're a team here, so I'm good with that.
Okay, so we'll get him and see what running backs fall back. See, all those receivers went. So now Ramondre Stevenson, we talked about him. Now it's time we can get him, right? Because we played the game and he came back to us. So let's go with Ramondre. Yeah, there was a little bit running back thing, but look at all those running backs are still there. A lot of those backup running backs, wide receivers, all those. So let's look at our team. This is 4-1. We still need a quarterback. So let's see. Guess what? Dak Prescott's still there, right?
Hey man, anything on that? Anything on Fields about health wise?
Health wise, he has dodged injury. But you know what we could do, Mr. 411? We could do the double tap. Since we waited so long on quarterback, we can just get Dak Prescott and either Justin Fields or Brock Purdy who fall to us, right? And then we have, all of them have different bye weeks. We get our stack with Dak Prescott, and then we get insurance with either Justin Fields or Brock Purdy. Are you good with that?
I'm good with that because Purdy's effective too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So one Justin Fields or Brock Purdy will come back. I don't want to take a chance at this late in the game with Dak Prescott. I want to get my stack and be set and be done with it, and then we'll just hit Justin Fields and Brock Purdy on the way back. And look at that, both of them fell. So do you want to go with Justin Fields or you want to go with Brock Purdy at this point?
Oh, Purdy.
Okay.
Purdy.
I do too. I do like that easy schedule. So let's look at tight ends. I mean, I'm good. Kyle Pitts is still there, so we can always get our backup.
Why is he still there?
But I'm telling you, people have been burned by him not only 1 week but 2 weeks. 3 years in a row. So yeah. So hey, that's why I said I said let's get Brock Purdy a late bye week too. I love those quarterbacks with late bye weeks, Mister 411. So yeah. So let's get Brock Purdy. So we double tapped our quarterback. So we're good at quarterback. See, folks, we did a strategy of let's wait on quarterback and just attack what we think good quarterbacks are. Well, guess what? If one doesn't work out, we got the other one too. So, the chances of both of them not working out, in my opinion, are rather low. So even if there's an injury, we still have the backup. So there's a lot of things that could go in our favor for double tapping. Okay. So Mr. 4-1, I think if I look, there's one team that needs a tight end. So Goddard is good, but I'm good with going with Kyle Pitts. Because now, folks, if I didn't have a starter, I'd select Goddard right now. But we got our starter. We got Njoku.
Right,
Pitts
reward
is
right
kind of
now.
like an insurance guy. So I said let's wait on tight end, Mr. 4-1. Let's look at receivers. Not that. Oh, I love Ray Davis more than a lot of people, just because James Cook is holding out. Yeah. You got Josh Allen. I mean, Ray Davis, that time James Cook was hurt, Ray Davis had like 130 yards rushing. Love Ray Davis, out of Kentucky, durable guy. He could run. All right, would you mind going with Ray Davis and then hit Kyle Pitts on the way back?
Yeah, if you feel like Pitt's gonna be there.
Oh, Pitts will be there, yeah. And the reason I say Pitts will be there is because the person that needs a tight end, they're going to select Dallas Goedert. Just because that, I always, when I look at if I want to wait on somebody, well, first of all, it's a short turnaround. So we only have 3 people pick them. Only one person needs tight end. I don't think they'll do even if they do the double tap, they'll go Hunter Henry, in my opinion, based on rankings. So that's why I feel confident that Pitts will fall to us. So I say, hey, let's lock up Ray Davis, because there's more a chance that Ray Davis will go ahead of Pitts, or heck, I'll go with Hunter Henry if Pitts goes. That's to tell you the truth, because it is our backup tight end. So we'll hit Ray Davis on here and then hit Pitts on the way back. It's thinking, folks. Maybe I don't know if it didn't like our. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, see, Dallas Goedert went, and Pitts is there for the taking. So see, we can get Pitts, and I know we're going to get a reach alert, but hey, Pitts has a he's like I said, if he does break out, hey, now he's on our team, right? So, okay, so our team looks pretty good. We just need a defense and a kicker. Let's see what defenses are out there. Defense, see. I like the Bears defense, Mr. 411. But we can wait on them. Let's see what kickers. Hey, Fairbairn. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I'm not a big guy on with how can I say it? CJ Stroud. They get in. They can get in position, and Fairbairn can kick it from way out. So there's a chance of bonus payroll. They're indoors, and they play the AFC South, so a lot of chance for field goals. Are you just good with locking up our kicker and then getting the Bears on the way back?
Yeah, I don't care.
Kicker in the defense, right? Yeah. And then, oh my, yeah, there they are. And let's get our Bears defense.
Are they there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bears are there.
All right. The Bears.
The Bears. I love me some Bears, but there's our team, folks. Dak Prescott. We got Breece Hall and Marion Hampton. Nice, solid running backs, in my opinion. But look at those receivers. CeeDee Lamb, Lad McConkey, Zay Flowers. Say one of those don't guys work out. We got Jalen Waddle and Khalil Shakir there. Hey, if a Marion Hampton, has the rookie blues, we just stick Ramondre Stevenson. Hey, if James Cook in there, we got our lottery ticket in Ray Davis, right? And Brock Purdy, if something happens to Dak Prescott again, boom, we got Brock Purdy. And hey, if David Njoku doesn't work out with that quarterback situation and Kyle Pitts has his breakout, he's on our team. So I like the pure balanced team. We got some firepower for some bust from huge. We got the big weeks that we can bust out with the Dak CD stack. So I really like having that option on our team. And like I said, if something doesn't work out, we can always throw Brock Purdy in there with his easy schedule at the end of the year. So I like it, Mr. 4-1. We got good guys on the bench. We are, in my opinion, a little thin at the running back position because Ramondre Stevenson as our backup. But hey, he is the starter, right? So I mean, right
Yep.
now, you can like Travion Henderson all you want, but Travion Henderson, he thrived when he was like a situational back. Judkins for Ohio State took a lot of the pounding in between the tackles, and Travion Henderson kind of like a change of pace guy. So I think Ramondre Stevenson is good. I think he could see an uptick. And again, if James Cook doesn't sign, is traded, or hey, just has an injury due to holding out. A lot of people when they hold out in training camp, they don't do good. Just ask Jamal Anderson for the Falcons, right, Mr. Fulham, when he held out.
Oh
And
yeah, right after the Super Bowl
he
season.
said Y2J. Remember, he was talking about that. And then the reason I know that he was my keeper in that year, so I remember very vividly. He held out.
Yeah,
And
he
then
had
got injured.
400 carries in that
Yeah,
season, right? Yeah,
yeah,
that Super Bowl season when they lost to Denver, the
yeah,
Super Bowl
yeah, yeah.
31-19. But yeah,
So
but hey, Jamal Anderson, man, 30 bird.
yeah, there you go. So, but yeah, so we're seeing some trends. Hey, it's starting to see, Mr. 41, from my perspective. Currently, now I feel good waiting on quarterback. We had that Josh Allen in the third round dilemma because, folks, if you want Josh Allen, you want Jalen Hurts, you want Lamar Jackson, you got to draft him in the third round. And we'll
Yeah,
go over that more in the quarterback episode next week because we're doing quarterbacks next week. So we'll go more. We'll do a deeper dive in what we think. But currently, I think let's load up on running backs, receivers now, and then we'll figure out the quarterback. Because hey, I've done the quarterback streaming situation before, Mr. 4-1. So and that's worked for me in the past. So yeah, I really like loading up on wide receivers really too because I feel more comfortable if my flex is filled with a high volume type wide receiver that can really get you those points in the flex position.
yeah, absolutely. Hey, we drafted two quarterbacks that won't make our top 10 next week.
That's true. That's true. I don't know, Mr. 41. I really like some Dak this year, but yeah, I don't think either one will make our top. But hey, that's why you got to tune in next week to find out, right, Mr.
To
41?
find out, yeah, tune in to find out.
Yep.
All right, calculator. Great job, man. I love it, man. We did the mock draft. Once again, that mock draft is fun. And, it puts you in situations and different scenarios, the unknown. And that's what we had to deal with
Yep.
today.
Yep.
But hey, wide receiver episode complete. And hey, we drafted wide receivers with our first two pick, and you was able to see what your roster could look like if
Yeah.
you do that. So those who end up drafting two receivers back to back, hey, it's not the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? You just try to figure out how to work around that. So hopefully this mock draft we just did helps you out.
Yeah. So, and hey, I see Larry Stone Cold throwing shade at us in the message board. So,
Uh-oh. Hey,
hey, yeah, hey, so, hey,
LT, I'm not able to put your comments up on the screen. I've been trying to figure out how to search through this new system. But calculator, any comments you see Larry Stolko has, go ahead and throw them out there so we can talk about them before we go.
yeah,
What
he
is he
said it's
saying?
the team name. Yeah, he said he's going. He said our team going to have the same record as the Cowboys, 7-10. Say, hey, not if
Ah,
Dak
okay.
stays healthy, my friend. Hey, not if Dak stays healthy, him and CeeDee Lamb gonna be lighting up the scoreboard, folks, and I'm gonna be loving every shootout that happens. I can tell you that
Hey,
right now.
maybe we need to compare this the team that we just drafted. Maybe we need to do like a compare and contrast throughout the season and see what they would do. Let's
Oh,
say if they was
hey,
in
we,
our
we
league.
might we might just do that, Mister For One, because the good thing about my thing is it saves all my mock drafts, so we can always take a look back through the time machine to say, hey, why did we think that? And that's always a good exercise we can employ. Say, what was I
Yes,
thinking
sir.
at that time? Hey, a lot of times though we do with what we're the information we're given. So, but yeah, stuff like that and I really like I said before, I really like getting these handcuffs running backs near the end of the draft because though I've always said lottery tickets. You want as many lottery tickets as you can. And I'll bring up one of our players in my keeper league. CMC was his keeper. Well, you know what? He drafted Chase Brown in the 6th round. As soon as Zach got hurt, Chase Brown took him to the playoffs. So that was his lottery ticket. So folks, get running backs. We talked about running backs last week. I know we talked about wide receivers. You build your foundation, right? But those running back lottery tickets at the end of the year is really what can help get you playoff positioning. So yeah, definitely build up on those handcuff running backs at the end of the draft.
Absolutely. Great advice there, calculator. Once again, excellent job. We'll do it again next week.
Yep.
Quarterbacks. All right, we
Quarterbacks.
appreciate everybody. LT, big shout out to LT. Larry the Lamp.
I
Larry the
appreciate
Lamp.
him tuning in. He caught me off guard when he put that out there. I said, "Oh, LT throwing shade at me already on this message board."
Oh man, already. Larry the Lamp. All right. But hey, man,
Yeah.
where's Dr. Sachs, man? Where's Dr. Sachs, man? We got to see if he can make an appearance.
Dr. Sachs is in the laboratory working on the algorithm for a show that he helps the research department for our CTL broadcast. So Dr. Sachs, trust me, he's alive and well, and he's having fun. Hey, he loves working with the algorithm.
So yes, sir. We need that algorithm.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
we need to we gotta get some more money up, man. So Dr. Sachs, we need you, man. All right. Well, he's a calculator. I'm Mr. 411. We'll catch you all next week. We'll catch y'all next week. All right. We out of here. Have a good one. Thank y'all.